Been playing plenty of Brawlhalla, and seeing him here on the 1v1 screen in the Asuri Ditto for this game number 1 is incredibly exciting to see, as we've got Katars all around with this matchup here with Phazon versus Merlin.
Man, so there's a little extra on this match, you know, not only just like, hey, we get to move on the bracket, but also the bragging rights of, I'm better with this character.
That's right, especially in this game number 1, if one player forces the other off the character because the win is so dominant. Merlin and Phazon have been going back-to-back so far, and that Neutralite gets punished by a down air to Neutralite, and Merlin could have taken Phazon's first stock pretty handily there with that side to get that connected, but no, Phazon answers right back in that recovery, is one recovery away from taking Merlin's first stock in this game.
All right, Merlin sends Phazon away. Oh, opts to go for an unarmed swing instead of arming up. Now he's got the Katars versus the sword. Sets up the dodge read. Oh my gosh, Phazon just getting over the signal.
Signs of a seasoned Katar player.
Let's go!
Seeing those gravity cancel side lights, catching people out of places where they normally would think that they were safe off of a dodge or a jump, and then getting the first stock in the head-to-head with Phazon. What an amazing beginning, and the Neutralite Nair recovery means he's got plenty of extra credit to WK as 5, 6, 7, so many clean hits here. Merlin might take a 2-stock lead at this rate. Phazon dodges for dear life to get away from that down signature because Merlin's got a huge lead. Finally, that momentum stopped as Phazon lands the recovery, but what was looking like a lead for Phazon is now a deficit going into game 1.
It does seem like Merlin, he's got that magic in him, you know? Just getting all the extra credit, changing colors mysteriously.
That's right. And
over on Phazon.
Phazon, meanwhile, trying to be like, okay, I've seen the trick once, and now I also can be the performer here. So Phazon's going in with the Katar side light, and Merlin with the neutral lights connecting, damage close. But last time we saw the situation when Merlin got that stock, he had no fear being at high damage and just going for a ton of risks that led to a ton of rewards.
Oh, great 3-piece. Tacking on the gravity cancel Neutralite after the down air bounce.
Yeah, not confident in the recovery knocking out just yet, but that time he was. No need for a fancy follow-up there. Just one view that recovery will take the lead, and Phazon is now one stock away from having a game over Merlin.
Oh my gosh. Even beating out the dive kick. Phazon fully warmed up.
Yeah, Merlin trying to stop him there and almost succeeds. Perfect angle for Phazon to survive there, but I don't think he can take another Katar recovery and survive. Sword picked up. Let's see if Phazon can give Merlin the same treatment that he got on the second stock, and it looks like he still has a chance, because that recovery just barely did not knock out, and Merlin doesn't get the punish.
What? Wow. Opted immediately for the neutral air. I guess hedging his bets a little bit just in case the downlight missed.
We're getting a showcase on the exact amount of damage it takes to not knock out with a move from Merlin here in this game number 1, because Phazon is just barely surviving and going, okay, gravity cancel down sig. He manages to get that game there in 3 minutes, and a really solid win coming out from what were some dropped knockouts from Merlin in game number 1.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to say that 95-5 ratio we were looking at before, that's not what this match belies.
I totally agree. Even with that first stock going over to Merlin and the amount of the lead that he was able to get, turned into Phazon's experience coming out on top there. Now this is where we'll find out whether it should be a 80-20 or a 60-40, right? We're going into this game number 2.
Okay.
Does Phazon just run with that momentum and get another 2-stock that doesn't start from behind? Or do we get ourselves a much different match with the, we were talking about it earlier, right? Who's gonna knock who off the Asuri? It looks like Merlin doesn't want to play the Ditto anymore.
Presto changeo, we're over that Ulgrim. All right, so Axe, Lance, small Brawlhaven. Is this the magic potion concoction that he needs to take the victory?
Absolutely, unless Phazon lands in the Asuri neutral sig, in which case then there's no magic in the world that's going to save that story from happening. And Merlin, we were looking at the pro stats earlier. His reported legends are Ulgrim and Orion, which is what I was expecting coming out from the gate here in game number 1. And now we have here in game number 2, as the Asuri Ditto didn't work out in his favor. And Phazon with the sword continues to take the damage lead as he goes for that side sig knockout.
Setting up the edge guard, Merlin looking for the corner guard. Phazon turns it around on him with just a down air bounce.
Recovery comes through, dash forward, dash back, gets the reversal on the Nair, and Phazon reading a landing, doesn't read correctly, and isn't getting punished. Can Merlin take the first stock again? Gravity cancel neutral, so if he pivoted it, that would have been it. He's got the right idea, and I'm excited to see him go for it again as that sword is knocked out of Phazon's hand by the Lance side air.
All right, Phazon unarmed, went for the uppercut, still weapon starved out. That Lance downlight to interrupt the approach from Phazon.
Nice neutral light. D-Light tries to get another neutral light, but Phazon's a little too high damage there. They're both just barely outspacing each other with these attacks, and neither player can get the first knockout. Weapon throws are even hitting at the same time. Recovery does not hit Merlin, just blasts the recovery around, hoping Phazon to get hit, and Phazon dash forward, dash back, looking for the D-Light. They can't hit each other, DWK. Finally!
Oh my gosh. The classic, the dodge circles, right?
Oh, that's right. And the recovery from beneath the stage is what finally breaks the seal on who gets the first strike in game number 2. And it goes over to Phazon.
All right, so now Merlin playing from behind the 8-ball. Let's see if he has what it takes.
Phazon got a similar stringer on the guitars that Merlin got in game number 1. Side air equalizes pretty quickly. And now with the Lance readied up. Is he going to switch over to the axe? He's trying to deny the weapon there, but a good spawn for Phazon. This is going to be sword versus Lance here on stock too.
Honestly, I think his Lance was doing pretty well. Phazon did seem to start to catch on to the usage of that downlight as kind of the forceful wall to keep Phazon out. So I saw Phazon just kind of stop short of one towards the tail end. Oh my gosh.
And that's that explosive potential that Phazon has where it makes a close game. It's back and forth. We're literally watching 8 seconds straight of dodge circles and then one neutral to get orange. And Merlin's out of there. And he's one stock away and continuing to get that extra credit here on the guitars as Phazon gets that recovery combo and he chases Merlin off stage. Can he get the spiking nairs? The dare. Merlin with no dodge means a ground pound is in.
He got the wall touch, so he was able to make it back to stage. But now options dwindling. He sees the sweat beads. Can he turn this around on Phazon? This is tough. He is a full stock behind.
A full stock behind, and these gravity cancel satellites are not connecting. Phazon with the dare, has him off stage. He's looking for the dunk. Merlin dodges in with that Sarah, and Phazon sends him out the side stick as he takes the 2-0 and moves on here at BCX 2022.
Man, Phazon, he was caught by surprise at the start of game 1, but then he's like, wait a minute, this is all just smoke and mirrors. Get that out of here.
Oh, and right as he gets the thumb up, cut away. There he is. Look at that Phazon. Really great job with the 2-0. And you know what? Twitch prediction was correct, but I still stand by the fact that Merlin had a much better showing than I think anybody was expecting. And I
absolutely
really enjoyed that performance coming out there. But this replay here at the end of the game, number 2, is definitely a Phazon highlight. Look at that punish. Dash back, side stick to get the land sider in, and that's all she wrote.
That's what I love seeing, that spacing from Phazon. He identifies your attack ranges, and that way he can just backdash, punish.
And that's going to be it for that best of 3. Let's see what Foda and Steven have to talk about after we've just been getting so much Asuri today.
Foda, I know you were very excited at the start of that set because it was Asuri versus Asuri. Merlin unfortunately couldn't find the magic, but Foda, how'd you feel about it?
Dude, I'm like a kid in a candy store, man. That was quite a treat, especially seeing Phazon's Asuri. I don't know if I've ever seen Phazon play Asuri before. That was like, I was like, is he just doing me a favor here? I don't want to make this about me, but like, that was exciting. That was exciting. Phazon's got a nasty Asuri. But Merlin surpassed expectations, I think. He played really, really well. What do you think about that?
Yeah, in game 1, when he took that first stock was hotly contested.
Yeah.
Okay, back and forth. They were both in red, and he took that first stock, and I thought, okay, he's got a chance here.